Yeah, and that brings me to my next code. Okay, so here's 10.4.1. This is on page 175. Mixing brace wall methods along a line shall be permitted. Okay, so yes, I can use continually WSP, wood structural panel, up until I hit something, and then I can switch to a PFH or a PFG. Okay, so they don't make you stay with one system all the way through. Okay, now, 10.5 on this same page. This is kind of a confusing one, and one I'm not going to get into for this structure, but I want to point it out, because if you're doing this, you'll run across these situations. Minimum length of a brace wall panel. The minimum panel length shall be based on the adjacent clear opening height. What they're talking about here is when it sits next to a window or a door. Okay? So that's what they're talking about. When the panel has an opening on either side of the differing height, the taller opening height shall be used to determine the panel length. And then basically it comes through and says you go to this table and get the contributing deal. And what it's going to say is I've got a shear panel next to a door. Okay? So let me just draw you a quick sketch. So I've got a house, and I've got a door sitting right here. Now I'm going to go and put a shear panel right here. Now if I do it right there, then I have an area right here where this is all open, right? And it's giving us contributions. This is, by the way, getting less restrictive every method we get out. This has zero shear on it. Okay? And so what they do is they say, okay, we understand you're putting this shear panel in here, and it's less than 48 inches, and I've got this opening next to it. I'm not going to give you full credit for this. And so you might do it at 36 inches, or 32 would be the appropriate one, because 16 inches on center would be 16, 32. Would give me 3 studs. Mm-hmm. But they give you a proportion of it. They'll say we'll count 80% of that length. And so remember, we're trying to get to something like 12.5 total feet. So I might do one at 3 foot and then say, but I've got an opening next to it, so I only get 80% credit of those 3 feet. And it's a weighted proportion, a weighted calculation on the lengths. We won't run into that on our structure.
So you add another one down for...
Yeah, I gotta add more, because this is not gonna be considered a full 32 inches. Okay.
Can you go to a bracing of top structure?
Yeah, bracing counts for the standard braced wall panel.
I was thinking go with the header.
Okay, now go down to 5.2. What is considered a braced wall panel that you do not have to get smaller? Okay? So for method WSP, that's us, right? In design category A, B, and C, that's us. Panels between 36 inches and 48 inches shall be considered a brace wall panel, so that it's not open to any deductions. And shall be permitted to go into the length, is basically what it's saying. Now, you're not going to do one at 36 inches. Right, because our studs go 16, 32, 48. You would have to add an extra stud if you did one of that. So those 4 feet, that's what you want. You want those 4 footers, because you don't have to do anything special with them. Okay. Now, based on that, then they come give you a bunch of examples following in some of these other charts. They do give you a bunch of pictures on page 178 and 179 that have to do with PFH and PFG. Many drafters, I'll just tell you straight up, you're going to see on a lot of residential, in fact, Jacoby's from Wolverton had this. She had taken a picture of this and pasted it into her drawing. She never redrafted it. Okay. So she just said, this wall uses PFH, and she pointed to this picture, where she took a picture with her phone and then just inserted it into the drawing. And it gives them everything they need to know. This one's a PFG. Notice no strapping really. The one previous page is PFH. And that shows you the nailing. Boy, look at all the nails they put in there. All those little black dots are nails. We're nailing the heck out of that thing. In carpentry, we used to call that welding of wood. But you get that framing nailer and you just all the way through. All right, I think those are really kind of the big kind of combinations. The rest of the stuff I've copied to you just gives you a bunch of other examples. So let's go, let's do yours. I know we're going late today, but I knew we would because I wanted to take time. All right, so we're going to do a separate plan, and it should be 1/8 inch to a foot. What you need is the exterior walls of this structure. So your garage and your house exterior walls with doors and windows. Copy that to another location. Your foundation might even be the best place to copy this from, because I think you kind of got it on the foundation. Well, you don't have doors and windows in it. And I turn a bunch of stuff off to do my copy. Furniture, text. Don't need any hidden lines. And I think that gives me most everything. Makes an easy copy. Aren't you guys done yet? Use those layers.
Yeah, done.
Nice. All right, if you would, make this symbol then. Next thing you want to do is we're going to make a symbol that we're going to attach to different places on the wall. This is typically done with a diamond shape.
8-inch text.
What's that?
8-inch text.
1/8 text. Now remember, you're doing this at an 1/8 inch, so change your annotative scale before you place this. Just delete them and switch your annotation scale and redo it. That'd be the quickest way. And you can make your own symbol on this. I just use the polygon command, but I've got a lot of wasted space up here. Maybe I make this wider and kind of draw my own triangle, whatever I want. We're going to put the bracing method in the top and the length of the panel in the bottom. Do we need to take a quick break? We probably do. Let's take a quick break if we need to.